Hello and welcome into a very long coming LEGO Harry Potter video. With 2025 coming to a close, another year of LEGO Harry Potter sets is in the books. 2025 was a very interesting year, as sets like the theme's tallest and most expensive playset of all time in the main tower, and a $400 Hogsmeade Village set released. Today I'm going to rank every mainline LEGO Harry Potter 2025 set. To be clear, no polybags, advent calendars, or promotional items will be included. This ranking is my personal opinion, so many will not agree with my list. If you enjoy this video, please give it a like and consider subscribing to the channel. Also, let me know your favorite 2025 Harry Potter sets in the comment section below. Now, without further ado, let's begin the ranking. Today's video begins at spot number 16 with the $50 Harry Potter and Hagrid's Motorcycle Ride. And I'm going to be completely honest, this set just looks cursed to me. The Hagrid's build is bad enough, but when you look at Harry, yeah, no mouth and a head made of that triangle-shaped face is really rough looking. The Hedwig is also awful in my opinion, and while the motorcycle build is a good build, I'm just not a huge fan of upscaled LEGO vehicles. But the reason why this set is last is because of those horrid builds of the characters. Number 15 belongs to more buildable characters with the $70 Thestral family. This set is just so unappealing to me, and I don't see the draw to this one. This set has already been on a deep discount, and I expect that to keep happening throughout its shelf life. The Thestral creature in general is just super ugly, and while I like the minifigure scale ones, these large buildable ones are just not for me. Also, if you're wondering what that tiny little side build was included, I think it was just a desperation attempt by LEGO to try it in drawn purchases, because that tiny little side build is designed to connect to other Forbidden Forest sets like Aragog and the polybag from last year. $70 is also just too much for these builds with no minifigures. Overall, really rough looking set and poor value is a recipe for disaster, and that's why I ended up as the second worst set of the year. Continuing the theme of buildable creatures here at number 14 is Fawkes. Yes, I know this set is just $23, which by the way should have just been $20. That price point is really annoying. But I just don't like the look of the set. The design is the same style to the small Hedwig from last year, and I wasn't a fan of that one either. The Sorting Hat and Sword of Gryffindor are just somewhat pointless throw-ins to me, and yeah, overall just not my type of set, not a fan. Finally moving away from the buildable creatures, the $80 Hogwarts Castle Flying Lessons set lands here at number 13. This set was a huge disappointment to me personally. It looks decent from the exterior, but when you flip around the set to reveal the interior, it's just simply boring. Not exactly what I'm looking for in the supposed most detailed Hogwarts castle LEGO's advertising. The rooms lack detail, and the Quidditch equipment room is super ugly and uninspiring. McGonagall's office is a nice inclusion, but I would have liked some pictures on the wall or something to make it feel less unfinished. The trophy cabinet is a downgrade from the one in the 2021 version of the set, and the best part of the set is the Transfiguration classroom, almost single-handedly due to the black parrot piece, which is really rare and cool actually. However, the desks in this room are laughably small, and again, the entire room is under-detailed due to the sliding out function. Not having details on the walls really kills the look of these interior rooms. I do like the look of the set when it is closed up, and it's nice to have clear pieces to pose minifigures on the outside. Speaking of minifigures, the one in this set are solid but do have faults. The students are perfectly fine but common characters. Oliver Wood is a simple but, from what I can tell, an accurate figure. Madam Hooch is a nice figure overall and seems on par with the 2021 version, which is nice to see because the McGonagall in the set is absurdly downgraded from the Boathouse version, as she has no dress or arm printing. The McGonagall fig definitely drags the selection down, but it could be worse overall. In the end, this set is not really what I'm looking for an $80 Hogwarts expansion, which lands it low on the list. Number 12 on the list belongs to the $60 Monster Book of Monsters. And don't get me wrong, the build for the set is really fun. The details are fantastic, and I love a lot of the part usages. The pullback chomping feature is really fun and clever. And in addition, the Neville minifig and minifig scale Monster Book of Monsters are both excellent, especially the Monster Book. The only real problem with the set is the price. $60 is simply too much for the set. $50 would have been what I would have expected even in the very high prices of LEGO in 2025. Overall, if you can find the set on a discount and you like the build, I don't think you'll be disappointed. Moving on to number 11, and the set that belongs in this spot is the set that disappointed me the most of any set in the 76452 $100 quality Quidditch supplies and ice cream parlor set. I was super excited when I heard the rumors about the set because I'm a big fan of the new smaller Diagon Alley system. However, this set disappointed on many levels. I'm going to start with Florian Fortescue's ice cream parlor. The exterior is alright, I guess, being it's too vibrant and it doesn't have the name of the shop on the sign. It's like doesn't even tell you what the name of the store is. It's really annoying. The interior is where the set really starts to fall apart though. I mean, there's not one magical thing about this interior. A super basic 4 plus looking serving counter and random chairs upstairs don't do it for me. I was looking for some stickers, and yes, I'm literally asking for stickers, that's how bad its interior is, to add more detail. A menu with exotic ice cream flavors from the Wizarding World would have helped out so much. Also, that ice cream cart is just a waste of pieces. Put that amount of effort into the actual shop. It makes it actually look like the thing it's based off of instead of using it on that random, pointless thing. And the outdoor seating area also looks like a 4 plus set. Overall, a really frustrating build. I will be more positive about the set for a bit because the Quality Quidditch Supplies build itself is solid. It looks good from the outside and has lots of fun details on the interior. It basically has every accessory you'd want to see from a Quidditch shop, including a competent number of brooms, which is nice to see. And even though there are stickers, the details on the wall add a lot of fun references and just makes the build feel like it belongs in the Wizarding World. The play feature with the Nimbus 2000 also works really well and is fun and charming. I would like the build to be deeper to have more room for minifigures, but I am a fan of it as a whole. Now I have to go back to the negative side of things because the minifigures in this set are lackluster. Florian Fortescue is really the only desirable minifigure in the set, and he looks pretty good. Of course, light printing would have been ideal. The shop worker using Professor Sprout's hair hat combo with the earmuffs was a weird choice and doesn't make any sense. Why would you be wearing earmuffs if you're trying to listen to customers? The last four figs are fine, I guess, but they're all generic. I was definitely looking for more characters with cool prints. The set is a major disappointment to me, and while the Quality Quidditch Supplies building is a good build, it does not come close to justifying the $100 price tag, landing the set low on the list. And into the top 10 we go with the $100 Hogwarts Express Book Nook. This set is a weird out of left field kind of set, but it does have positives. I really like the look of the build overall, and while it doesn't really work well as a Book Nook because of having the Hogwarts Express cut in half when it's a Book Nook, the book and idea does work well. I'm a big fan of those pieces used for the steam coming out of the train, and the printed quotes are a nice little touch. There's a small interior to the train, which is nice because I didn't expect this set to have an interior. I will say having the train station arches is really nice, and I think it's the best King's Cross station build we've ever gotten. As far as minifigs go, the set doesn't offer much, but a perfectly fine Harry and Ron are included, and there are some nice accessories like chocolate frog cards, Birdie Bots that have flavored beans, and Harry's suitcase. Overall, I think this set is clean looking and a good display piece. $100 is too much, but it's not the worst pricing in the world. On to number 9 with the 18 plus $200 micro scale Diagon Alley set. I'm not a huge fan of micro scale sets overall, but this one does represent the look of most of the shops in Diagon Alley well. There are some references and details in the interior as well. The main problem with this set that I have is that the builds are so small it kind of just looks like a jumbled mess when you're looking at it from a distance. The microfigs are a nice touch, but I'm personally not a fan of their design. I personally would not want to spend $200 on the set, but for people into micro scale stuff, I do get the appeal. The cheapest set of the year here lands at number 8 with a $20 Hogwarts Castle Charms class. I ended up liking the set a lot more than I thought I would, and it ended up being higher on the list than I would have originally thought. The build feels like it was pulled straight out of the movie set to me, which is exactly what you want from a Harry Potter set, and I love all the little details in this one, like the fireplace and chalkboard, and of course the Wingardium Leviosa play feature. The set can also fold up and slide into larger Hogwarts sets, which is nice. The set is very small and folded up, but I think when opened, the set is a solid value at $20. The minifigs in the set are great for what they are, my favorite being Professor Flitwick, but I would have liked different students have been included rather than just Hermione and Ron. Overall, this is a very charming, small little set. I don't really see a downside to picking this one up for Harry Potter fans. We go from the cheapest set of the year to the most expensive, with the $400 Hogsmeade Village Collector's Edition sitting here at number 7. This set is the definition of a mixed bag. On one hand, I think the exterior of the set is quite frankly amazing, and on the other hand, the depth of the set and the price of the set, as well as the minifigures, leave a lot, and I mean a lot, to be desired. Starting with the good, the exterior to me perfectly captures the cozy feel of Hogsmeade Village, and I'm a big fan of adding representation for smaller shops in the village. The Three Broomsticks build in particular is really accurate and really commands a presence. Zonkos and Honeydukes really add a splash of color to the scene, which looks fantastic. As far as the interiors go, I like the details. Honeydukes has boxes of fizzing Whizbees and exploding bonbons, which are great references. The Three Broomsticks has really nice details as well, including an upper floor living quarters. I really appreciate all the sticker references in Zonko's joke shop, especially the box of dung bombs, which Fred and George would of course like to purchase. Having the first ever LEGO rendition of the Hog's Head is great, and I'm a fan of the meeting room and bedroom on the upper two floors, but the actual bar part of the building is simply too small to capture the feel of the iconic location in my opinion. I'm also a big fan of the outpost interior, which again has some great stickered references. The biggest problem with the interiors of the set, especially when comparing it to the 2020 Diagon Alley, is the depth of the interiors. They're just too shallow and it makes them feel small and cramped. Comparing the entire set to the 2020 Diagon Alley is really a disaster because that set originally retailed for the same $400 price tag, and the set is so much larger with more fleshed out interiors and better minifigs. Speaking of minifigs, this set puts out the worst selection for a Harry Potter DTC I think I've ever seen. Every fig except for Aberforth, Dumbledore, and Mrs. Flume is severely under-detailed and it really shows. The McGonagall figure is the same as the Flying Lessons one and is just as awful. Not having minifigures to employ Dervish and Bangs, Scriven Shafts, and the Outpost is completely unacceptable, especially when an Outpost worker figure was already made and included in the 2023 Weasley's Wizard Wheezes set. Also not including Mr. Flume is absolutely insane. In a $400 set for adults, he was literally in the $80 2021 version of the set, which is still one of my favorite sets of all time. The minifigures come to an all-time low when you look at the Cornelius Fudge minifig. This figure is a candidate for worst Harry Potter minifig of all time, and I'm being completely serious. This figure is in the late 50s in the movies and is using a generic Star Wars face print, which looks like a 25-year-old. It's just absolutely insane. It looks absolutely nothing like him. You couldn't get farther away from what he looks like. Also, no leg printing is just horrible looking, and comparing it to the 2019 figure from Hagrid's Hut, the only other Fudge minifigure ever made is just night and day. The 2019 one is better in every single way. Just wild that they are unwilling to make simple improvements to a figure like this in a $400 collector's set. Okay, now that my Cornelius Fudge minifigure rant is over, I think this set is super overpriced. $400 is way too much, and I would have expected much better minifigures and interiors for the price. The exterior look of the set is really great, and that is the sole reason why it ended up as high as it was on the list, but it really could have been number one with some simple and easy changes, which really is a shame. Number 6 is occupied by the $50 Hogwarts Castle Herbology class. This set just feels so lively and has fantastic details. The new Mandrake mold is fantastic, and they possibly go in are also new molds. My personal favorite part of the set is the Mimblelus Mimbletonia, which is Neville's cactus many book readers will remember. The piece from last year's potions class being used is quite literally perfect, making me come to the conclusion that this piece was actually designed for this set and not a set from last year. The other plants and details in the set are all great. I like how the greenhouse can be fully enclosed or open, and I think it looks solid from the exterior overall. The minifigures are one thing that holds the set back slightly. The Hermione and Neville minifigures are good, but a third student would have been really appreciated. The Professor Sprout fig is good, but no skirt piece or demolded legs like previous versions had is disappointing. Overall, I am a big fan of the set, and while I think it is at least $10 overpriced, the colors and detail in the set really speak to me, and it just feels really magical. The latest rendition of the LEGO Night Bus lands at number 5. To start off, this set's price tag is $50, which is a great price, and it's running for the best value set of the year. The bus build is the most clean looking we've ever seen, and I think it's basically flawless from the exterior. The lack of shrinking head really is a shame, as it was included in the last version of the set from 2019. The interior is solid overall, although the bed design was much better in 2019. The minifigures are good. Also, the Daily Prophet in the set is the actual proper print, which looks fantastic. Harry, Ernie, and the Witch minifigures are all basically perfect and great. The only problem in the set really is Stan Shunpike, which is a rough one as he uses an unprinted generic purple hat compared to the great printed 2019 one. The inclusion of Sirius Black in his dog form and the street lamp and bench are nice, and I actually think they add quite a bit to the scene and the playability of the set. Overall, really solid set with great value here at number 5. Number 4 on the list is the first ever LEGO representation of Malfoy Manor. This set has a lot of really great things along with a few hiccups. I think the exterior looks fantastic. I really like the bold move to go with sand green and dark tan as the color scheme, and I think it really paid off. The gate and peacock builds are also really nice additions. When it comes to the interior, it's way too shallow, which is becoming a common theme for LEGO buildings across all themes. The rooms in the interior are nice. I think the dining room table looks great, and the chandelier play feature is really fun. The cellar is nice, and I really like the inclusion of the lobster piece, which looks really detailed and is actually a really rare piece. The rest of the rooms in the tower looking section of the set don't do too much for me, as they are just too small to add that much to the set. The minifigures in the set are another mixed bag. Bellatrix, Hermione, Luna, Harry, and Dobby all look great to me, and Harry's alternate face print is really cool. Not including Ron is a shame, as we somehow still don't have a Deathly Hallows version of Ron in almost 25 years of LEGO Harry Potter. The 4 figs in the set that have issues start off with Draco, which is wearing the wrong outfit and is still using a face print with giant dark eyebrows, which obviously make zero sense for him. Narcissa is really nice to finally get again, and the hairpiece looks great, but the Jyn Erso face print from Star Wars is becoming a meme at this point with the amount of times it has been used, and to no one's surprise, it does not work for the character it is used for yet again. Voldemort is smiling in the most awkward way possible, which looks nothing like him. And lastly, Lucius Malfoy's face looks nothing like him, and not including the snake wand piece from Ollivanders in black is such a bad missed opportunity and really disappointing. This set retails for $150, which is a lot, but you do get at least a lot of minifigures and a very detailed build, so it could be worse. Overall, the set looks great and has a lot of great things about it, and I really think a more deep interior and better minifigs would have vaulted the set to the top spot on the list, but without those, it lands here at number 4. A $25 set lands on the podium at number 3 with the Hogwarts Castle Dueling Club. This set has some of the best printed pieces I've ever seen on the tablecloth, and the minifigure selection gets an A+. The dueling feature on the table is really genius and works surprisingly well. The fireplace build is a nice way to display the collectible portrait included as well. The Gilderoy Lockhart minifigure is a candidate for best minifigure of the year. The rubber cape piece works perfectly for him, and he overall just looks exactly like he does in the movie. One of my favorite Harry Potter figs of all time. The Snape figure is also great, and his arm printing and fantastic detail all around really take him to a great look. The Snape piece in dark tan is a first and works very well as well. Really, everything about the set is fantastic, and while it should be priced at $20, the extra $5 doesn't really feel that bad because the product is really, really good. Second place on this list goes to the third version of Fort Privet Drive in LEGO Harry Potter's history. This set is $90 and includes one of the craziest minifigures of all time in Blown Up Aunt Marge, which looks absolutely hilarious but surprisingly accurate. The build itself is really nice looking, and while some parts of the exterior are not as detailed as the 2020 version like the roof, it is accurate to the films. I appreciate how the set can be fully enclosed and how the sunroom in the back is included for the first time. Moving to the interior, there's a lot of really great stuff going on here. Having a kitchen is nice as it was excluded from the 2020 version. Harry's room is small and simple but gets the job done, and the bathroom and small living room are nice inclusions. The most detailed room is Dudley's room, which has some great sticker pieces like a computer and video game console. The cupboard under the stairs is also included, which is of course a necessity to any Fort Privet Drive LEGO set. The minifigures in the set are also great. A normal version of Aunt Marge is included, which is a really nice inclusion. I think Harry, Vernon, and Dudley are great, as well as Ripper the dog, which is the first time he has appeared in the LEGO set. The only minifigure with a real flaw in the set is Aunt Petunia, as she uses a generic face print that looks quite literally nothing like her, which is definitely a bummer. The Aunt Petunia figure from 2020 blows this version out of the water, unfortunately. Overall, though, the set is great and one any Harry Potter fan can enjoy, and honestly, $90 feels like a good price. And finally, we made it all the way to number 1. This spot belongs to the most expensive non-18 plus Harry Potter set of all time, and it's unsurprisingly the 76454 Hogwarts Castle main tower. There's really just one word to describe this set. It's epic. The set dwarfs any other Hogwarts Castle set ever made in terms of height and has tons of great exterior and interior details. The tower is designed really well, and having it on top of the rocky base just adds to the epic look of the exterior. And the set doesn't disappoint on the interior either. The 3 levels of moving staircases look fantastic, and I love all the portraits in the halls. Dumbledore's office is the best version of the room we've ever gotten, and actually having it at the top of the tower is really awesome. The Sorting Hat and Fox are also great inclusions. My favorite room is the Gryffindor common room, as the portrait of the Fat Lady is great to finally get, and the common room looks really cozy and inviting. I also like that they were able to include beds and the stove heating the room. The room where Fluffy is kept is also included, but I do have to say that I'm not the biggest fan of the new Fluffy mold, having absolutely zero posability, and the brutal piece for the body is very under-detailed. The head mold using the raptor piece from Jurassic World also looks awkward. Moving on to the challenge protecting the Philosopher's Stone, the Devil Snare has a fun play feature and looks pretty solid. The wing keys room doesn't actually have wing keys as there is clips on a key, which is a shame. The chessboard looks good for its size, and finally the Mirror of Erised looks fantastic. It is a bummer that it is located at the top of the tower. I do wish they would have found a way to fit it into the bottom floor of the rest of the challenges is, but it is what it is, I guess. The set's build is fantastic, and the minifigures keep pace with its greatness with its 12 characters. Multiple new characters are included, including Professor Kelleborn and Ernie Macmillan. Dumbledore and the Golden Trio look great, and Neville in his pajamas is a great first-time minifigure. I think Marcus Flint really looks like his on-screen counterpart, which is awesome, and Percy Weasley is great to finally get in the Hogwarts set. And finally, Nearly Headless Nick is the best minifigure in the set. The detail is unmatched, and that neck collar piece works perfectly. It's a 10 out of 10 minifigure. Overall, the set just feels like the ultimate Harry Potter set, and when you connect it with the Great Hall from last year, it gets even more epic. This set is really special and is absolutely deserving of the number 1 spot, even with its high $260 price tag. And with that, my ranking of every LEGO Harry Potter 2025 set has come to an end. This year had some really magical sets, and I'm really excited to take a look at the new sets in 2026 soon. I hope you enjoyed my in-depth look at every set as I ranked them, and if you did, don't forget to leave a like on this video before clicking off of it. Again, let me know your favorite sets of the year and which parts of my list you agree with and the parts you didn't. Thank you so much for watching this video, as it was a big project for me to make, and subscribe for more cool LEGO videos.